I'm so happy to see everyone, or I guess hear from everyone.
It feels like it's been forever since we last met, doesn't it?
Right? I had to push it back. I know it was supposed to be last weekend or last Sunday, but we went to Texas to visit family, and then we went to New Orleans as like a little vacation. So we've had lots of adventures lately.
Oh, that's so fun. Was there anything that stands out from your trip? Like any kind of food or adventure, like excursion or anything?
New Orleans was so fun. I was thinking about if I should share some pictures or something. I don't know. I might do a live show and like share. I don't know. But if you guys want to. But I got to hold a crocodile. No, an alligator. An alligator. It's a baby one.
Oh my goodness.
So that was super fun. And then we had beignets. We walked like Canal Street and like the French Quarter. It was so much like, I guess, like fun family time too. So
wow. Did you see any of the Savoy family from the Juliet Cross Stay a Spell series?
I did not, unfortunately.
Oh, so close.
We do want to go back again because there's just so much to see, like, and it's overwhelming because there's so much.
Now, and that's obviously super duper packed around Mardi Gras, but did you find that it wasn't too crazy right now, or?
It definitely was less crazy than Mardi Gras. Everybody says, like, do not go during Mardi Gras because it's a wild time. And they said, especially with kids, because obviously we brought our kids, don't do that because they're going to, they shouldn't be privy to those sort of things. So
Right. Oh, that's too funny.
But I feel like it was less packed, but still like busy and, lots of people out. And it's like, definitely at like night, it's definitely gets much more intense.
Oh.
We were like in the hotel and I was like looking out the window and I was like, wait, there's way more people than during the day.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, it's very much a nighttime town.
So I figure this was your first time visiting then?
Yes.
Wow. Oh, that's fun. That's super fun. I'm so glad you had a good time.
Sorry, I like derailed our.
No, that's my fault. I was excited to hear about your trip.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's been too long.
I know, exactly.
Hey,
Sock. Kristen saying hey to Sock. Hey, Kristen.
Hey, Kristen.
Hey, Megan. Currently driving home. I didn't reread the book, and I don't remember much, but I like hanging out. Well, we're happy you're here, Megan.
You know it.
Hey, Stacy.
Hi, Stacy. Hey, Affy.
Hey, Lisa. Abby Jean. Hey.
Hello. Yes,
all the pictures. Okay, I'll try and see. They're on my phone. I figured maybe I could do it through Google Photos. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone. Cheryl. I hear there are family-friendly parades for Mardi Gras in different areas of the city. Yeah, so we live in Louisiana, and they have a parade where we're at. That is, family-friendly. We just don't go to New Orleans during that time period.
Right. Hey, Kamal.
Wyoming said she made it, and silly, right?
Yes. Oh, you were good. Yes, that's exactly right. Good job, Wyoming.
I'm kind of in the same boat as Megan. Semi-informed is my vibe for today's discussion. Well, semi-informed is great.
Take it.
I mean, I'm always kind of semi-informed. This is how I live my life.
Let's get that on a t-shirt, semi-informed.
Semi-informed booktubers.
How many people are like that, but they think they're fully informed, and those are the dangerous ones.
You know what? At least we're self-aware.
There you go. That's half the battle. That's more than half the battle.
Right?
Oh my goodness. Thanks. You owe me. I would say Coke, but guess what I brought today to drink?
Ooh.
Canada Dry Ginger Ale. Anybody that's doing our road trip, we're in Canada right now, and I'm sure they're very impressed by this incredibleness.
Ooh, I love it.
I didn't realize until last night that it's actually from Canada. I was like, I feel very cosmopolitan right now.
I didn't know that either. I just thought it was Canada Dry, but That makes sense. I mean,
yeah, you never know.
The name kind of, gives it away, I guess.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's not dry. So it is half not true. So
yeah. I was going to say, do you have an initial rating?
I sure do. And I can't wait to see everybody's ratings in the comments. They're semi-informed ratings.
Right?
Yeah. So good night. This book is thick, right?
Yeah. And I did it on audio because I actually got this from Crystal over at Books Forever After. She gave it to me for my birthday, and I didn't have it when I started. So I was like excited.
Oh.
So sweet. I'm like so glad to have it now.
Yes, I listen to it also most of the time, and I really liked the narrator. I can't think of her name off the top of my head. I'm sure I could look it up, but I thought she did a fantastic job. Yeah, I want to say Bethany Crick. I don't think it's Bethany Crick. There's somebody else who's I've listened to it.
It sounds right, and then the only thing that can come to mind is Rosalind Lander, but that's not her.
I don't think that's her either. Actually, I'm going to look it up and be informed.
Yeah. It's only like we have Google.
Exactly. I know. Gee, if only I were near a computer right now. Goodness me. Let's see. It is Carolyn Morris. Okay, that was not the name I was thinking of, but I'm a Carolyn Morris fan, I think, because I thought she did a super job with this.
I think she did too.
This was my first read. I've never read this before. And I gave it 4.5 stars. I thought it was a really good time. I would actually rank this up there with my other favorite, Sarah MaClean, which is the third book of the Hell's Bells series, Knockout. Nope, that's not right. Is it Knockout? No, it's not. It's oh golly, I even put it down because I always get it wrong. No, it is Knockout. Okay.
It is Knockout because it's the orange one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. So with this, I really am getting to see why people just love Sarah MaClean so much, because I just thought this was such a great time. So yay.
Same. I think this was obviously my first read, and only I think my second read from Sarah MaClean, I want to say.
What else have you read by her?
Bombshell. And honestly, that Bombshell was not my favorite. So it kind of like, makes you a little bit nervous going to an author. But and she's definitely one I wanted, because everybody loves her, I wanted to try. And this was one that everybody loved. I think I'm landing on a 4.5 as well. Really? There's just one thing that I'm just like, we'll talk about. Sure. That like kept coming up, and I was like, oh my God.
The thing that kept it from being the perfect 5 stars.
Yes, exactly. But other than that, I loved it so much. I loved her list. It was so fun.
Yes.
And I love her kind of just like I like when characters, especially female main characters, like take life into their own hands. So they're like, I'm going to start living. And I just love that.
Yes. Truly. I know. Shouldn't we all do that, right? You've been doing that.
Oh, Barkity. I didn't know that. See, same. I think she's talking about the Canada Dry.
Oh, yes. We're learning new things.
Just added to some Canadian club.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
This is a reread for me. Still 5 stars. Oh, yay, Lisa.
Awesome.
This is a reread for Stacy too, this time on audio. Okay.
What did you think of the audio, Stacy?
Yeah.
If you can remember.
I haven't finished it yet, but I'm enjoying it. I think I might give it a 4 stars. Gotcha, Affy. Still, I mean, these are good ratings.
Yeah.
I remember loving it and giving it 5 stars back when I discovered historical romance and read and loved everything. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. This was a reread for me as well. It was my first ever historical romance back in 2020. I rated it a 4 star. Oh, that's awesome, Abby Jean.
And I'm guessing since she said it that way, she kept it. She kept the same rating.
I would think so.
Tell us if I'm wrong.
Yeah. Read it a while ago. It's a 4 stars for Kamal. I was not sorry I read it. Well, that is a good thing. That is a good thing.
We'll take it.
Sucks. Same. Hey to Abby Jean. Love the audio. I'm thinking 4.5 stars. Yeah, that's where I think I'm landing too. Brady Burke sucks.
Love the side conversation happening with Silly. I mean, it has to happen.
It does. I read it a few years ago and gave it 5 stars. I remember loving it. Okay. Yes, I kept writing. Okay.
There
So
we
it
go.
seems like this one was pretty, a bit of a hit, right?
Yes. And is it too I'm gonna ask this now, but tell me if you want to talk about it later. But I haven't read the other books in the series, and now I'm really excited for this trilogy. And if anybody, we can talk about that later if you want, like
No,
at the
you're
end.
good.
But I'm curious to see if anybody else read the rest of the series and what you thought about the other two books compared to this one.
Right? Where's Terry when we need her?
I know. I don't know. She must be busy.
Yeah.
I mean, she would normally be here with Mrs.
And letting us know if she read all of the series.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
good.
Exactly. Well, Megan, I know Megan reads, she always finishes
She does too.
But I have 10 Ways to Be Adored When Landing a Lord. These titles are a smidge long and they get me confused. And then 11 Scandals to Start to Win a Duke's Heart. I don't have that one, but
is that the sister one? The last one's the sister, his like half sister that Okay.
I'm excited to see.
I am too.
She's a neat character. She's very different. And
what's the second one?
Nicholas.
Is it Nick's?
Okay. Nick.
Sorry.
And he's the one, forgive me if I can't, this is one of the things, because it's been like a month or two since I've read this. Okay. And that was one of the things that fell out of my brain was Nick is the one who is scarred, right?
Yeah.
They're twins, but Nick is the scarred one. Okay.
Yes.
I'm really, really curious to see how, I want to see Nick find love. Right? I love him.
I love when they were like dancing and he gets all jealous and it's like his brother and you're like, come on.
Exactly. I love that scene. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, hey Crystal. She says, I made it a little late, but I made it. Just got back from grocery shopping. Oh, I did that yesterday. I feel ya.
Yeah. Thanks for joining.
Oh, hey Steve.
Oh, neat.
Crystal says, first time for me, 5-star. Okay.
Nice.
I read all the series. Okay.
Knew it. I knew it. She's a unicorn.
I loved them. I just don't remember them. I mean, that happens when you read so much.
Yeah.
At least for me, it does.
Oh, sure.
And Terry would also be pointing out that she didn't know Canada Dry was available in the U.S. She said as much on Discord. Oh.
Yeah. I felt very cool when I was
I feel like Canada Dry was like the thing you did when you had a tummy ache as a kid.
Yes.
Yeah. And like the soda crackers.
Yes. Saltines and ginger ale.
Yep.
Yes, exactly.
I read the whole series. I gave book 2 3 stars and book 3 4 stars. I remember liking the first one the best, but I also read these 5 years ago. Okay. Good to know, Abby Jean.
Yeah, really.
Stacey says they're all great in the series. I think Sarah is best read reading all the series in order because characters will show up from series to series and it'll blow your mind. Oh, that's good to know too, Stacey.
I love it when they do that. And this, if I remember correctly, which heaven knows, there's only half a chance I'm doing that. But this is the first one. This is the first published book. Okay.
I mean, I think you're right as far as
someone will correct me. Thank goodness.
You're right. They do. They keep us in line. They're our own Google.
Right? Human Google. I love it.
I like Nick. It's not permitted for him to be with anyone who is not I.
I love it so much.
She's got a crush.
Yes, I love it so much.
Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh. Oh.
I've only read the series that has the Day of the Duchess. Okay. That's another one. I think, yeah.
Well, I know that's one of Crystal's favorite books ever.
Right?
Which series is that? Now I need to find
I don't know. I really do need to Sarah MaClean series. Read more of.
I looked it up and there's all this other stuff coming up. Duchess by Day, a Duchess a Day.
Oh my goodness.
Diaries. What did I say? Amazon. What did I say? Sorry.
Sock says we were a Schweppes household. Interesting.
And yet we're still friends. I love it.
I'm definitely a fan of Sarah MaClean's writing.
Oh,
yep,
good.
it's the first. Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. 9 Rules is her debut. Yes, it's first. Oh, that's good.
And did you see what we were talking about on Discord? That MaClean is her pen name. Her real last name has escaped my mind, but it begins with a T and it sounds vaguely Italian. And someone or I can look it up.
I didn't realize.
But we were like, wait, I think, was it Stacy that asked? And we were like, wait a minute. Maybe it was Nicole. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, they're like, does she have a pen name? And they were like, oh, that literally is her pen name. MaClean.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I assumed that was her regular.
Right?
Interesting pen name. This is the book where the sister runs away and gets in a situation, right? No. If you're talking about 9 Rules to Break when romancing a rake, no.
No. It is not.
I just read The Rogue Not Taken and A Scot in the Dark in May. Looking forward to reading Dave the Duchess in July. Okay, is that all part of the series?
It must be.
Yeah, I would think so.
I love it.
This is a really good for being a debut. I agree, Affy.
Well said.
Tribucci.
Thank you. That's it. Bingo. Boop. Stacy got it. That's Sarah's real last name.
Interesting. I hope I pronounced one of those 3 pronunciations is hopefully right.
I'm sure it
is. Oh, you are in for a treat, Abby Jean. I hope you enjoy it.
Yay. Oh, that's wonderful.
See? They just adds so many to my list now.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Megan,
I know.
I think you're thinking of A Rogue Not Taken. Okay.
Do you know what I'm doing? You're never going to believe me. I'm actually not requesting arcs at the cyclic rate like I have been, because I know. And people are still seeing me probably on Instagram like, thanks so-and-so for giving me this book, because I still do that. But I'm thinning it out because there are so many series that I want to finish and I just don't have time because I have all these arcs. And I'm finally just getting to a point where I'm like, I really want to read what I want to read. And so it's just more fun that way. But anyway.
That's kind of how I've been feeling lately, especially since I have so many on my shelf. And I'm like, so I'm like, just try and slow. I didn't take an arc and I was like,
I just requested 3 that look like super fun summer/road trip audio arcs. I think they're calling them ALCs now, advanced listeners copy. Yeah. I'm like, okay, there goes another acronym I need to memorize. But it's from Harlequin and they all look like a blast. And I'm like, okay, I have time for these because I want some summer fun and I haven't been able to do enough because I've got all these other things I have to read.
Right. And that's the thing. I'm like, I have so much I feel like in the queue to read. And then like, I don't get to the stuff. Yes. And that's like not priority because, you know, I have to put stuff out.
Yes.
Or it's like book club, which obviously I enjoy, or, you know, buddy reads or whatever.
Exactly. So
like,
I want to read more seasonally, like, and just things I want to just, you know, I read something and I want to read the rest of the series, like still Anna Harrington. It's always in the back of my head. And I really want to capture all those Carlyles.
Yeah. And I have the second one because you gave it to me, I think, right?
Yes. I couldn't help myself. Happy birthday.
Thanks. Oh my goodness. Okay. Megan. Oh, no, I already read that one. Okay, never mind. Maybe it's a different book in the series. Anyway, it connects to another book, LOL, so I really don't remember which. Gotcha. Yay, Crystal. I know it is a well-loved book. I have heard that one's a good one. I love The Road Not Taken. I love a good road trip. Ooh, it's road trip.
I love road trip romances so much.
I have the arc for Road Trip with a Rogue because I did take that one, of course.
I do too. I'm reading that next.
Okay.
Yeah.
She said, thanks. Yay, Bea, good for you. Yeah.
Thank you, Megan.
Are you liking Sarah's new contemporary romance, Bea?
Oh my gosh, Cheryl, I'm so glad you asked. So I'm reading, as she just said, it's Sarah MaClean is still putting on hold the next book in the Hell's Bell series because she had been working on this contemporary romance, which I'm not sure it's really a romance as much as it's like fiction. There may be a romantic element. I'm at like 35% right now. It's called These Summer Storms, and it's like a masterclass in family drama. It's really, really well written. You would not believe how many lines that I've highlighted. It's exceptional, but there's not much in the way of romance yet. There is a guy, but it's about these 4 adult children who get called back. And by the way, for those of us that are doing a road trip, it's coming out July 8th. And it's set in Rhode Island, which is actually when we're going to be in the Northeast. So it's perfect. But it's set on this private island that belongs to this billionaire who is like 70 years old. He passes away in a gliding accident. And he was this really controlling, terrible father. And he has 4 kids that are all sort of screwed up in different ways. And we're seeing the story primarily through Alice. And she's interacting with her mother and her 3 siblings, and they're on this island. And in order to get their inheritance, they have to do these challenges that their father had set up for them before he passed.
Interesting.
And there's another character there who we don't really know too much about. Started out very interesting how this person was introduced. It feels like I'm watching Knives Out. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. It feels like a family mystery in this kind of a claustrophobic setting, but it's like really high style. It's really fascinating. It's a great character study. I'm enjoying it immensely, but it's totally different from anything you've ever read by Sarah MaClean.
Okay.
You know?
Definitely. I mean, I love like family, like especially like historical fiction or literary fiction. Like I love family saga or family drama. So might be up my alley.
If you want to try one that's contemporary, I cannot recommend this highly enough. It's really well done. Really well done.
Okay. Saying no to an arc that sounds painful. It was. You
know it. You know it, Wyoming. It's so hard.
I'm smug because I got the Harley Quinns that are coming out on Tuesday. Read. Oh, good job. Go Sock.
Go Sock. That's awesome. She's a shameless romantic, by the way. That Sock.
TBR versus mood reading is a constant struggle for me. I have yet to find the perfect balance. It really is. Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel ya. Stacy says, I really enjoy Sarah's podcast, Fated Mates. Oh, I didn't realize she had a podcast.
Thank you, Stacy. We need to listen.
Mm-hmm,
I want to get into podcasts. I really do.
I do, and then I'm like, can I take on another?
I know. I'm usually listening to an audiobook or I'm listening to anything.
Right? If I'm listening to something, it's usually an audiobook.
I love, though, that there are so many authors who I adore that have their own podcasts. And I'm like, I need to listen to these. Like Juliet Cross, Sarah MaClean, apparently. Some of the gals we had talked to in my morning show who do that. What is it? Afternoona Delight about K-dramas.
Oh, really?
I just want to try all these. I just need more time in a day. That's all.
Right?
That's all. Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. Oh, good. I really want to read it. Okay.
It's yeah. These Summer Storms, really good. Really good.
I have a TBR that I mood read from. It seems to work the best. There you go.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant.
I don't even do TBR videos anymore because I just can't. Like,
oh, a lot of people don't. I think TBR videos are. I feel maybe, I don't know. I could be just making things up, but it feels like more people I've talked to recently have been less inclined to do the TBR videos now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, podcasts by authors or read-alongs book club podcasts are the best.
Ooh, how fun. Yeah. Love that.
Yeah. All right. Back to the book.
Oh my gosh.
We read something.
Oh yeah.
So, thoughts on any of the characters? How you feel, just throw out there. We can start with Calpurnia or Callie.
Oh, Empress.
I
love her, and I my heart broke for her when she's overhearing her. Was it her brother and his betrothed?
Just sort of sister.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
And the duke she's about to marry, I think. Because she's about to be a duchess.
Right. Yes. And the way they're talking about her and, just the way that Callie felt, hearing those thoughts about her and knowing that probably a lot of society feels that way. And she's wearing is this the right book that I'm thinking of? She wears her little hats, her little caps.
Yes.
And just sort of, I feel like
it makes her like matronly, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And she just isn't. I mean, she's a spinster, but I mean, she's young. She was 28.
Yeah. The fact that I feel like the cap was really symbolic.
Yeah.
You know, of just her acceptance of her place in society and fitting that role and having everyone see her as this.
Yeah.
You know, and I just loved seeing her dress up as different things as the book progresses. But the fact that she you know, makes this list of just the ways to truly live, and that it's not all completely tied to a man also. Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Just wanting to fully live her life. And I just really, really, I loved her. I loved her character. She's one of my favorite heroines I think I've read ever. And certainly this year.
Definitely. I loved her personality.
Mm-hmm.
I just love that, like you said, like there's just a sadness of her realization too when she meets him 10 years prior and she sees his tryst and she's like, oh, he just wanted me to get out of, you know, his hair so that he could go to this. And she's like all sad about that. And like that realization of like, oh, bummer, you know, and then not only that is, when she hears, like you said, her sister and like kind of like being like, I know, you know, she's passive. And that was like, she's like, I'm not going to be passive anymore. I'm going to take life by, you know, the reins and I'm going to do it. And even if it isn't exactly like everything, she's like, at least she's going to get this one thing done, or, you know, like off her list, try and scratch off as many. So I love that about her.
And I love that she used the word passive because that's not exactly scathing. You know, it's not just some negative thing. She's not just cutting her down, but it's so accurate to describe how she is. And I don't know. I love the use of that word and how Callie railed against that and knew she was going to have to be the opposite. And
it's not like you would like hate the sister for saying that, because Callie she plays by the rules and she is just kind of letting life take her as it is without really like, you know, going and like finding it and like making things happen for her. And like, so she is kind of like she is passive in the beginning.
Exactly. You know? Yeah. That was the perfect word to use.
Yes. And I liked that, like she hated that word, but like was like, I don't know.
Yeah. So cool. Anyways. I love it.
I loved Callie. I love how headstrong she was. I love that she was checking items off the list by herself. Yes. And then he always kind of happens to be there.
Yeah. What are you doing at the gentleman's club?
When he fences and he's just like, what? And he follows her to the cavern or the tavern. I don't know what it's called. Where she gets the whiskey. I love that her brother gives like the cheroot. He finally gives into the cheroot. I love the brother-sister relationship. I do love the like sibling relationship. I felt that was strong in both like characters, like because Nick and Gabriel had a strong relationship, and then they had Juliana come and they like were building that relationship, and she just wanted to be loved by her brothers. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh man, we need to talk about her in a minute too, for sure.
Yeah. I misremember that she enlisted his help, but she was really doing it on her own. Yeah, mostly she did it on her own and with the help of her maid. Or her was it her maid or her lady? I don't know.
Maid?
Lady's maid, yes.
I think that's the phrase.
I think it is too. We see that too with her suitor. Why would you come to the art exhibit with him? Because he asked. Right? Yeah, that passiveness. Yeah. Because nobody else did. Why did you dance with him? Well, because he asked. You know what I mean? Like, oh.
Yes.
And like that nobody else is.
Right.
And oh my God, that guy.
I hate that guy.
I hate that guy.
I forgot about that guy until Abby Jean just remembered. I really did flip through and relook and spent the last hour, I promise, going through everything, but I forgot about him.
I liked how when the switch got flipped on her thinking, she just followed through. Instead of why should I, it became why shouldn't I? Yes.
So powerful. I feel like we can all learn something from this book, you know? I love that when you have a book that sort of is like a call to action. Yes. You know, I feel like I get that a lot from contemporary romances, but I don't always get that from historical.
Yeah.
So,
I think she did a good job with it.
Yes, absolutely. But can we talk about Juliana?
Yeah.
I tell you what, that woman is a force to be reckoned with, and I cannot wait to see her book.
Yes.
The third book.
I love how she like steps on the foot of the dance teacher purposely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
my
it comes
gosh.
to her defense.
My heart broke for her thinking that she was going to be able to go back home. And Gabriel's like, no, she's not actually going to be going back home. And I feel if I remember correctly, Callie was concerned because she didn't want to spill the beans that Juliana wasn't going to be able to go, but she wants to help Juliana sort of fit into society. But I don't know that Juliana was really interested in doing that, especially because she thought she was leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think too, like I loved like how Mariana and Callie just kind of like took her under her wing and was like, and they both had good reputations. They both came from a love match family. You know what I mean? It kind of reminds me a little bit of like the Bridgertons, where like that family aspect is very important. And then the love match aspect is important because you can see that. And Mariana feels like she, with the Duke, I can't remember his name, has a love match, and then like that, and like I just love the family. I don't know. I'm off on a tangent now.
No,
I've lost it.
Please only talk about this book. No tangents.
Yeah, but I do love that like Juliana comes to realize that like there's people who care about her, and then she just wants to stick it to the society at the very end. Like, I am gonna stay.
Oh, I love it.
I'm curious about the encounter in the bookstore between Juliana and the Duke. I think he was.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
I loved Mariana. I loved Mariana too. She was so fun and open-minded. Her friendship with Juliana was funny. Yes. And I love that she would like try and help her sister. Because really, like in the beginning, she was like noticing her sister is passive and she doesn't want anything. She's becoming a spinster basically. And so she won't have a marriage. And so she's like, well, she's going to come with me, at the they're having that conversation that she overhears. And then like, once she sees that she's starting to take life by the reins and like do stuff, she wants to help her. And I just love that. She's like, I want to be on that adventure with you.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Abby Jean agrees.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Love the found family. Yes. All the characters had their own distinct personalities. I love that. That is very true. I don't feel like anybody was like, just like, like a flat character, I guess.
Yeah. They were all richly developed. And they were all their own person. I love the way they interacted. And like I said, I think that's the reason why when I'm thinking of reading fewer arcs so that I can continue certain series, this is right up there with one of the ones I'm just dying to get into. Yeah. That's how you know you've got the rich character development, when you really need to see these people again.
Yeah, you want to see, their little happily ever afters or their stories. Yeah. I love the twin daughter of the Scar. His name is escaping me. It's Nick, right?
Yes, Nick. Yes, I loved him too. I loved such a funny, fun, sarcastic character.
Yeah. And I love it how he's like, he was like something about like the more handsome one or something.
Yes.
And like, obviously that'll play. I'm curious to how did he get the scar? Like what happened?
Right. And how does he really feel? Is that really how he feels?
Yes. Or that's probably like a defense mechanism.
He could be hiding some insecurities, and
and he just needs a girl to.
Oh, I love it. A sock, right? And he just needs sock. Exactly. I remember correctly.
Oh God! Stay away from him. He's mine.
I didn't even see that. That's so funny.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
Oh man. Oh my gosh, I love it so much.
I'm trying to think who else. I mean, we haven't even talked about Gabriel.
Oh yeah, we probably should.
That's on Gabriel.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I adored him. I knew I would, because when way back in February when we did the best book boyfriend bracket, He made it really far, like almost all the way to the end within the Rake category. And so that's why I wanted to read this, because I thought, okay, I love a good Rake.
Yeah.
And I've also read many not great Rakes. So this one, knowing so many people just loved him, I was really excited to give him a whirl. And he did not disappoint. He's got kind of a sad backstory. He's a little bit damaged. The thing that surprised me about him is he didn't remember her. I was so hoping that he would remember Callie. Right? And or am I remembering this wrong?
He doesn't. He doesn't remember the situation.
Yeah. And I just thought, oh, I guess it's because he just had so many experiences between then and now.
Especially back then.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you think of him?
I mean, I loved him. I definitely, I mean, I love a Rake, don't I? So, I don't know. I loved that he, like he said, he had a tragic backstory, or like, this hardship that he's going through with obviously his mom, and those feelings he has for like, can he love a woman after, basically his mother walked out on him and his dad and his brother, and like then left Juliana again. And he's like, how can I trust someone, give my heart to someone? I liked that aspect too of him, coming to that realization that, oh, he does love Calpurnia.
Yes.
Yeah. And I just love that he like supports her on her adventures. He doesn't like, at one point, like, he doesn't stop her from it. He's like, I probably should, but I'm not going to. And I love that when she is in his room, and that very first thing that she crosses off her list is with him. And he like just doesn't question it. He's just like, all right, and like at that point, he barely knows her. He doesn't remember her. And so like, he's still there like, okay, I'm not going to ruin this girl.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
I love that I loved seeing him sort of in awe of her and just being blown away by her development throughout the story. And I love that he called her Empress. And like you said, he believed in her.
Yeah.
Even if he did question her sanity at times, like, what are you doing in here dressed like that?
Yeah. He's like, you're going to get me kicked out of my club.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. I just remembered too, they have the twin scars now because she gets hit by the fencing, sword, and then he gets shot. And then he's like, now we have the twin scars. And I'm like, oh, I love it.
I'd forgotten
I liked him a lot, but not a personal favorite for me.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Fair enough.
I liked him, but did force a kiss on her at one point. She tried to physically fight him off before good old betraying body syndrome kicked in. That was why I gave the 4. And I thought, ooh, okay.
Yes, I had forgotten that, Abby Jean. Yeah, that's always, what do they call that? Dubious consent. Not my favorite. Not my favorite. Yeah. Yeah. A favorite in the older romance novels, especially.
Yes. I was thinking, the thing that drove me nuts is just the constant about her body and how she looks, and like her brown hair and her brown eyes and her mousiness.
Oh, yeah.
And like, I was like, and like, she's voluptuous for the time. And I was like, I was thinking about it. I almost did. I didn't have time. I was going to do like a cast list of like beautiful brown-eyed, brown-haired women.
I love it.
To show like, hey, and and I knew it wasn't pretty or in style for that time period, but like after the first few times, I was like, that was what knocked down the 0.5 for me personally.
That's really interesting you say that. I've had that issue with a couple other authors. I hate to say, but I'm going to, because it's true confession time. But I find that occasionally Lisa Kleypas will be, I don't want to use the term fat phobic, but just kind of disrespectful to people with fuller figures. And then another one, I do love her, but Eloisa James, it's something that is a pet peeve of mine with her writing, is frequently we will have people that are she does this with age too, where it's like this, she's casting disparaging remarks on these people and using their age or their body type as like reasons why they're lesser than. It just irritates me. Yeah. But yeah, so I can see what you're saying. And with the brown hair, I'd forgotten that. Like, it's so ordinary.
Yeah, her ordinariness, her like, and I get like, so like take the passiveness, but like that she's so overlooked because of her brown hair and brown eyes and her ampleness. Oh dear.
What a shame. What's she gonna do? What's she gonna do?
What a bummer.
I forgot about that. Do you know what else? Okay, this is bringing it back to being a mama who needs to read romance. Kate, my 5-year-old, is really into Rapunzel right now. And in the Disney movie, Rapunzel's got this long magical hair that will make you young. And it's this beautiful long blonde hair. And you may remember that at one point, Flynn Rider cuts her hair and then it's brown. And it's not magical anymore. And my daughter and I were literally reading this 2 nights ago. And she's like, so now it's just brown and not magical because he cut it. So it's just brown because it's not magical. I'm like, well, when you say it that way.
Yeah. I was like,
why do you have to change the color of the hair?
Yeah, you could have easily made it shorter, like, because he obviously cut it. But like, why did the color change? I never understood that.
And continuing on my tangent, Bossy Pants by Tina Fey.
Yes.
I don't know if you've ever read it. I love that book.
Hilarious.
Have you've read it?
Yes.
Do you remember when she's talking to her daughters, because Tina Fey has 2 daughters, and one of them was talking about, yellow hair, how the girl has yellow hair, and she's like, it's actually blonde. And then Tina Fey's thinking about this, and she's like, wait a minute, why is it blonde? Like, oh, I guess there's brunette for brown hair, but she's like, not everybody who has, another color, like they don't go by that color. It's like blonde is extra special.
Yeah. I don't know.
Isn't it interesting? Anyway, to any blonde people out there, by the way, no, I'm not casting dispersions. I'm just saying.
I don't take offense. Mine is like a dirty blonde, so
there you go.
And gray now.
I love it. Oh, goodness.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Did I already? I did. Yes. Okay. Yes, we've already done. Okay, I'm just catching up in the comments. His sarcasm was annoying.
Oh, sure.
At least a couple of us present have brown hair, and
I actually do. I don't know if you guys noticed, but
really,
I do. I know. I was going to tell you guys at some.
No way.
I know. It was a surprise.
Are you Rapunzel?
I know. After the
non-magical one.
If my hair was super long, guys, it would be blonde.
Mine's hair dye. So, Lisa Davis is definitely fatphobic in Devil in Winter, especially. I have to reread Devil in Winter. That was one of I loved it. But I now I want to go back and look.
Do you know what? I think, Abby Jean, we were talking about this, and I think that now I need to look again, but I think the Devil in Winter may have had an edit. Like, they redid, revised. You know how she's so famous for doing that. And I think, because Rachel of Rachel Reads and Sings was really adamantly against Devil in Winter for that specific reason. And she said that she looked for it when we did the last reading, whenever we did Devil Winter last year, I suppose.
Yeah.
And she couldn't find it.
Interesting.
Or it just wasn't to the extent that she remembered it. So
is it in the original book?
I belive so. Yes. Okay. But I'm wondering if it wasn't in the audio or if it's not in the newer version.
It must not be. Because she did, remember, I read Secrets of a Summer Night, and there were a lot of differences between the audio, because I was doing audio and
then
the original.
That's a big one. And the biggest one, of course, is It Happened One Autumn.
It Happened One Autumn.
Which that's a whole thing. Many of us know.
Yeah, thing. I know. I just haven't read it because I read my very first reading of it was the newer version, but now I have the old version, but I have to read that one physically.
Yeah.
And I just haven't yet.
Why not?
All the arcs.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, goodness.
Talking about Devil in Winter.
Mm-hmm.
And perfectly lovely, just saying. Yes.
Oh, good job, Sal. Yes.
Oh, her hair was always brown, but the magic flower turned it yellow. Okay. Is that
oh?
Well, now I get it. That makes sense. Because I'm pretty fair, Megan. Fair.
Okay, Megan. I need to tell my daughter that. I totally forgot. How did I forget that? Okay. Anyway.
I'm a natural Dutch blonde. LOL, I'm offended. Don't be offended.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful. We love it.
I wonder if they changed it then. I would think so. Mm-hmm. All right. I guess if you have a favorite scene or moment in the book, if you enjoyed, like what, I mean, I gave it a 4.5, so I clearly enjoyed it. Is there one that stands out for you?
Well, I just keep the one. It's funny how what stands out after having read this months ago and having read many things since. I really enjoy a scene in which there's a like a hidden identity, as you may know, her being in disguise, going into the gentleman's club and fencing and not really knowing what she's doing. That absolutely stuck out to me. And then him trying to help her. And then, of course, the spiciness after. I thought that was a great scene, start to finish.
I did love that one.
Yeah.
And
what about you?
Oh my gosh. Now you're putting me on the spot.
Sorry.
I just put you on the spot because I do love that scene, but I do love when she sees herself in the mirror in like where they're kind of like in, she's going to get that beautiful dress and she's kind of just noticing how beautiful she finally feels. Like it's like a confidence thing. Yes. And I loved that aspect of seeing her kind of see like, I am beautiful just the way I am, and like that was, I love that.
Yes.
Like that realization, because it just showed the amount of change that she went through. And like she's now at this acceptance point of like that, like I look wonderful in this mirror, and like, you know, and like it's then the Mariana and Juliana walk in, they're like, you look beautiful. And it's not just like, it's like a confidence. She has this presence about her now versus like when she was just trying to cover and like, you know, not want to be seen. And I love that. And I really just loved that, like the dressmaker too is like, yes, this is for you. And nobody else gets it. And I was like,
I know. I love it.
What a girl's girl.
Right? Yes. Oh, fun. So fun.
Affy says, I love the scene with the dancing. It's funny.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes. And I love the aftermath too. Oh, that's another good. Juliana that walks out, you know, because he kind of like reprimands her in that sense of like, you can't. Yeah. And then she goes after him and overhears what he says and obviously feels hurt by it, even though he's just saying it because Nick is like on his case, like, yeah, you like her, you know, and he's not willing to admit that yet. And then her care is Juliana. Like, you need to apologize to your sister. Like, he thinks she's about to go off on him because of what she heard. And it's like, no, Juliana, you need to go to your sister and repair that relationship. And I was like, okay.
Yes. Yes.
Which makes me just love her more.
Really. Yeah.
So.
Love that.
I think that, I mean, I didn't do too much as far as, that was the last little question or little.
I have one.
Go ahead.
What do you all think about Callie's choice not to marry Gabriel after she lost her virginity, knowing that she could potentially have been pregnant? Because that's a big one.
Yeah. I think, I don't know that they touch on that very much because she's just kind of like, well, if it happens, it's not likely to happen.
Right.
And I was like, you sure? Just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, she's basically just deciding again, like she's going to marry for love.
Yeah.
And that's
She's
that.
very adamant about that.
Yes. Yeah.
Which
And not willing to just settle because of potential other circumstances.
Yeah. I think that actually comes up a lot, not only in that situation, but even at the end of like when she hears about the bet and she's like, so this is all I am, like, well, then we're done,
Yeah. Yeah.
What do we think about the bet?
Oh, yeah.
And that guy can kick rocks. I hate him.
Oh my gosh, that guy was the worst. I don't always see a villain in a historical romance, but he was perfect in that role because he was the worst.
Yeah. And he was clearly just fortune hunting.
Absolutely.
And then
I love how Gabriel became, that's when you really find out that Gabriel's got feelings for her.
Yeah.
The way he becomes like rabid in the club about this guy. I was like, okay, this is good.
Yeah. And then he's like, what did he say? Like, he's like, we're dueling at dawn, or whatever. And he's like, what does he do? Like, he first of all, he like pushes him up against the wall and he's like, nope, we're not going to take, I don't care if it's words. Like, and he's like so mad that he would think that like she's worthless, you know what I mean? Or she's not worthy when he feels like she's way above either of them, So I kind of love that. And I also love too where he's like, well, let's kill two birds with one stone. When he gets shot, he's like, you've been to a duel, now let's have you shoot a pistol. He's like, let's check his list off.
I love it.
You rarely see duels in historicals. Yeah, I kind of like that we got that.
Yes. Yeah, and especially one of the duels that I love, again, coming back to Eloisa James, in her Desperate Duchesses series, has a really great duel that winds up creating a story arc for another one of like a huge rake who becomes like a hero in the end, a la like Sebastian from, Wallflowers. And that was a really fun, like a sword duel. So anyway.
Ooh, a sword one. I haven't.
It's a great series. It's a great series.
See, she's another author that I want to get to because like I have quite a few of her books on my shelf and I just haven't,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. She's great unless she's not. Sometimes she is and sometimes she's not.
Is she a hit and miss author?
Oh, yes. Okay. Because she's a strong personality and I think it comes out in her writing.
Yeah.
And yeah. Well, she's definitely worth a read for sure.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So I will, since we'll probably wrap it up, I am going to remind everyone that we chose Lenora Bell's How the Duke Was Won, and that's our July pick. I did put our reading sprints July 9th at 7 p.m. and Eastern, and then live show July 20th at 4 p.m. Eastern, all on Bee's channel. So
it's on me. Yep. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. And I have not read Lenora Bell yet.
Me neither. I'm so excited.
I've been wanting to. She's another one of those authors where there's several that I've got like in my back of my mind TBR where I'm like, I really want to read that. So
yeah.
Oh, there's a programming note.
Yeah, go ahead, Sock. Let us know.
Yeah, please do. Please do. I love your graphic here, by the way, Tara. Well done.
Thank you. I'm changing. You saw the other new one. We're doing a new one. I changed a new one for our second year because we've almost been through a year of Tea and Biscuits.
I cannot believe it has been a year of Tea and Biscuits. This August, right?
Will be the year, yep.
So next month is the last month of the first year. Crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
It is. It really is.
And I'm just so happy we built the little community, and like I was just so excited. I was just so glad that you were like, yes, I'll do a book club with you, and I was like, yay!
Like immediately, and you were like, I don't think I could win, and you're like, what about tomorrow? And I was like, yes, not tomorrow, but
better now than never.
Yeah, right. And think of it like the the authors we've interviewed and like the books we've read. Like, oh, it's so fun.
I think in August I was going to do a compilation of like everything throughout the year of our booktube journey and like show it as our beginning, you know. I thought that would be cute. I don't know.
I love it. I love it. I love that. Yes.
And then Sock did say tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, historical romance author Jenny L. Spoor will be joining me for Book Talk with Sock. How exciting. We'll be talking about DNFing books.
Ooh.
What an interesting topic.
Cool. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oops, I skipped one. I'm sorry. Congrats for your first interview. Yes, good job.
Yay.
So exciting.
So exciting.
Yeah, I always nerve-wracked when I like, oh. So good luck. You'll do great.
Yes, she will.
Sounds cool. Sock. I can't make it waiting for her for me. Ooh, but good luck. Wedding photographer.
So exciting.
Next month is the wedding. Wendy says it's a great idea. Oh, okay. You mean my little compilation?
Yes, you know it.
Oh, that's exciting. All right, everyone. Well, oh, hold on. One more comment. It's more discussion than interview, but I'm excited. That's good too. I mean, that's usually where they lead into anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Because it gets exciting.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. It'll be great.
Yay, Sock.
Yay.
All right. Well, I guess we'll sign off and we'll see everyone when. When will we see you?
You just showed the graphic, whenever that was.
July 9th.
Although, for those of you that are into contemporary, we're going to be getting together again on July.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm going to glance
July
right now.
6th. Yes. On Kaylani's channel for, is it a love song?
Yes.
Yeah. Because it's our Ashley Boston read along.
Sounds Like Love, I think, is the title.
Sounds Like Love.
Yeah.
You know what? Yep, you're right.
I was like, wait, that sounds right, but I don't think it's quite right. But yeah, so we'll be doing that 3 days before we do sprints on my channel. So that'll be fun. Yeah.
Busy.
Yes, yes.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
So great to see you. And can't wait for next month.